Hey, what's going on guys? Motonosity here, and this is my favorite summer motorcycle gear that I'm currently using. Now, over the past couple months, I've been working with Revzilla to find the gear that I love the most for hot weather riding. Now, this is the first year that I've actually overhauled all the gear that I've been wearing. Usually in past years, I've kind of just replaced things here and there as I've needed to. And that says the most about the number one thing I want you guys to think about when buying motorcycle gear. This is stuff that you're gonna be wearing, hopefully, for years and years to come. That's why I always recommend that when you start riding, you should not only be saving up for that motorcycle, but saving up for the gear to go with it. Now first, let me show you a couple of the items that I've been wearing for the past few years so you guys can see what I'm switching from. So here is the Alpinestars jacket that I've been wearing. Now I could keep wearing this. It is showing a little bit of wear, but it is 100% the same protective jacket that I had when I bought it. And I thought that I would just replace it with a newer version of that jacket. But like I said, I worked with Revzilla to try a bunch of different products for every different piece, from gloves, boots, pants, jackets, to find the stuff that I thought fit best, looked best, and protected me best. So what I did was I combed through all the current products that are available in each category, picked out some of the pieces that I liked the best just based on how they looked and what I saw in their feature set, as well as picking items that just had really, really high reviews. Revzilla sent all of that out to me. I tested out all the products, picked which ones I liked the best, and that's what you guys are gonna see in this video. And although Revzilla hooked me up with all the gear you're gonna be seeing, except for my helmet, every single piece of gear was my choice. I'm not getting paid anything for making this video. I don't get anything extra for the pieces that I chose. All the gear that you see are the pieces that I chose myself. And if you buy through the links down in the description, I get a little bit of a cut of that without any extra cost to you. So it really helps me out, helps out the channel. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start out first with the jacket, since I just showed you guys that jacket that I've been wearing, and that one is the Dainese Super Speed. Now I'm a big fan of jackets that allow you to get multiple seasons of use out of it. This is one of those jackets. It's got tons of mesh panels, so it's gonna allow a lot of airflow in the summer, but it's not a super, super thin jacket that's not gonna work in slightly colder weather. Another thing that's important to me was finding a jacket that had a removable wind liner, because there's always gonna be those days that are a little bit colder, or maybe it's a little bit rainy, and you wanna have something that adds a little bit more protection inside the jacket. And additionally, it's gonna allow you to go that much longer in the seasons with wearing the same jacket. The longer you can go with the same jacket, the less money you have to spend. So I live in Texas, where it's really, really hot. Most of the days that I'm gonna be riding in summer are gonna be at or over 100 degrees. So jackets like this can afford me about 60 degrees range of riding weather. Everywhere from 100 to 110. After that, nothing's really gonna make much of a difference. Then going down to colder weather, I usually put the wind liner in around 60, 65 degrees. And then if I wanna add an extra hoodie layer underneath, I can get down to 50, 40 degrees. That's about as much of the cold range that I need. If it's colder than that, I have a separate winter jacket for that. But that affords me the ability to wear this jacket pretty much all year round here in Texas. It's got a lot of really nice material. Every brand uses different proprietary names for the products they use. This is kind of like the neoprene kind of fabric that you'd have on, say, like a wetsuit. At least that's how it feels. It's got aluminum shoulder pads that not only are really good for protection, but look pretty awesome too. The armor in the shoulders and the elbows is CE rated, and it's got pockets for protection in the chest and the back if you want to add that, which I strongly recommend you do. It's really not often that I ride without a jacket, but one of the key things that you're gonna want in a jacket is CE level protection on your back, because that's gonna protect your spine. I know everybody has their different levels of risk tolerance, but at the minimum, you're gonna wanna wear the gear that's gonna actually save your life. Of course, wearing a jacket and things like pants are gonna help protect your skin, but it's the pieces that are gonna save your life that I think are the most important. Inside the jacket, lots of mesh. Like I said, you got the CE level armor in the shoulders, and then the additional aluminum slider on the outside. You got elastic panels here and there, so you got a comfortable fit, and it actually comes up around your neck a little bit, so you have a little bit more wind protection in slightly colder weather. Now, if you want a really dedicated summer jacket that's not gonna get you beyond summer, I recommend the Arc Air. It's from rev-it. It's a really nice jacket. It's one of the ones that I tested out when I was trying to find my summer gear. And although I like it better for strictly summer riding, it's not gonna get you much beyond that. There's no removable wind liner. It's really, really thin, and there's not as much protection as you're gonna get on this Dainese jacket. But it's really, really comfortable for summer riding. All right, moving down the body, next up, we have the gloves. These are the Alpinestars SPX Air Carbon V2. Now, before I get to that one, let me show you the glove that I've been wearing for probably 6 or 7 years as well. I've gone through several iterations of this glove. This is the Alpinestars SMX2 Air Carbon V2, I think. It is one of the most popular short cuff gloves for summer riding. Now I have a couple other pairs of gloves. I have a winter glove and I have a track glove. This glove I pretty much wear year round, unless it's gonna be below 30, 40 degrees, this is good enough for me in any riding weather. However, there's some pretty big shortcomings to this glove. Comes in about $70, but it doesn't last that long. This one has probably lasted me the longest. It's been 2 years since I bought these, and I could probably still wear these for another year. But for all of you that watch my videos, you'll notice that the first thing to go is the Velcro. This is a hard piece right here. It just wants to stay flat. It doesn't want to bend. Over time, this is gonna want to stop sticking. So you're gonna be riding, and you're just gonna have an open glove like this. That was probably my biggest complaint. After that is fraying around the fingertips. Now they've done a much better job on these, and that's why I say I could probably go another year with these. Past ones, I couldn't go beyond a year or two of year-round riding, but these have held up the best. They are really comfortable, and they have a lot of mesh, so they get a lot of airflow. Again, one of the most popular summer riding gloves. However, this year, like I just showed you, I've switched to the Alpinestars SPX Air Carbon V2. A little bit more upscale than the SMX 2s. These are gonna run you about $100, so about $30 more, but I can almost guarantee that this is gonna last me a lot longer. There's less mesh, so there's a little bit less airflow, but they're still really, really comfortable. You don't feel like your hand is really hot. And again, I've been riding with this in over 100-degree weather. Some of the staples that you'll see in most gloves these days, hard knuckles. These ones are carbon fiber, so they look pretty sweet. Lots of accordion stretch panels on the fingers and leather protection with some raised pieces. The inside palms of the gloves look pretty similar. The biggest change you'll see is an actual hard slider on the palm, because the first thing that's gonna come down if you crash is this part of your glove. So having an actual hard slider here to make sure that you're getting a little bit better impact protection and it's not just gonna rip open as you slide across the asphalt is really, really nice. Overall, comparing each one, this one's gonna have a little bit more leather around the glove than this one, like I said. So it just feels more premium and well protected, but still allows you the airflow that you're gonna want out of a glove that you're wearing in hot weather. Now, take a look at the Velcro strap on this glove. By the way, this glove is so comfortable. Again, it's got this kind of stretchy neoprene type material here that just feels really nice when you slide your hand into it. But this Velcro strap, this one's actually flexible. It's not a hard strap, and it's very, very large. Lots of surface area to grab onto that Velcro. Push this on, it's got a lot of surface area, and it's not gonna try to lift up. Probably my favorite thing about these gloves. Now, next up is the pants. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Over the years, I rarely wear riding specific pants. I do have a pair of Icon overpants that I bought way back in the first couple years that I started riding. I think I wore them maybe 5 times. Part of that is just because I didn't like how they looked. The only times I wore them were some days when I knew I was gonna be doing a little bit more spirited riding. Now, I decided to try out some pairs of actual riding pants to see just what was being produced. And I'm probably gonna be doing a separate video going over all the motorcycle jeans and non-traditional motorcycle riding pants. So if you wanna see that video and get to see a lot of the pants that you could wear to, occasions and work beyond just your riding, let me know down in the comments. So these right here are riding specific pants. They're not jeans or anything. They're not trying to be. I tried out a few different pair. These were by far the most comfortable, best fitting, best protecting, best looking pants that I tried out. And they're the Dainese New Drake Air textile pants. But they actually look really good. They're well fitted. They have seat armor in the knee going down to the shin. Everywhere else is just some cushioned protection. It's not like CE armor, but it's really, really thick, soft padding. Inside the pants, you're gonna have that same kind of mesh material that was inside the Dainese jacket. These actually will sew up to the jacket if you want to. Now, when I first saw these and I first put them on, I thought there's no way these are actually good in summer, because when you look at them, there's no exposed mesh. But this material on them is actually really breathable. And then they also have this lift up section above the leg that exposes actual mesh so that you actually get airflow into the pant while you're riding. Of course, it's a dedicated riding pant. It's not trying to be jeans, but I really, really like these. Once you get moving, even in 100-degree weather, you're not really gonna be thinking much about the heat on your legs. And that's really the best you can ask for when you're riding in the summer. Now, these are probably one of my favorite pieces of gear that I've ever got. These are the Alpinestars Faster 3 Ride Knit riding shoes. A little backstory. Back in the first couple years that I started riding, I wanted a riding shoe that was comfortable to wear, that I could actually keep on throughout the day when I was at work. That was the ancestor to this boot the Alpinestars Fastlane. Now this whole line of boots has a really F1 inspired styling, and they are really comfortable. Now the problem is, after the Fastlane, Alpinestars introduced two different branches of that boot. You had the Fastlane and you had the Fastback. And the Fastback was kind of the same shoe, just offered more protection. However, it felt really, really bulky. I actually ordered them and I just didn't like how they felt, so I skipped on the Fastback. Now in the years following the Fastlane and the Fastback, Alpinestars came out with new versions of the shoe called the Faster, which they've held on throughout the years. But even with those, after having tried them, they didn't feel as nice as the original Fastlanes did. The sizing was a little bit different, so I couldn't get as perfect a fit as I did with the original Fastlanes. However, in the current iterations of these shoes, I am a huge fan. So they still have the Faster line. They've come in with a one below it that I guess is more in line with the original Fastlane, but I think the Faster is more in line with the original Fastlane. I don't know. But the lower priced option is called the Sector. However, the Faster 3 Ride Knit version is the best iteration of this line of shoes that I've ever tried. Now, one of the big things that people didn't like about the Fastlane shoe in the beginning was there wasn't a lot of toe protection. That's something they added in the boots after that. This one has the same. It's actually a hard toe. But of course, this line's claim to fame is Ride Knit. And if you're familiar with Nike's Flyknit shoes, it kind of looks and feels like the same material. I don't imagine it's the same. I'm sure that this is much more durable than what Nike is using in Flyknit shoes. What it does offer is absolutely the best airflow that I've ever felt in a shoe. You just start moving while you're wearing these and you can already feel the air flowing into your feet. It is really, really, really nice. And again, just like the original Fastlanes, they are so comfortable to wear. Now there's lots of TPU and TPR sections around the shoe. You have it on the outside of the toes right here. You have it on the heel. The heel is real sturdy and solid. Got a little reflective patch right there on the back of the shoe. You got it here on the outside, in addition to protection within the supports on the ankle. Seriously, the ankle protection is really, really thick and nice. Inside, you've got really nice, breathable, comfortable microfiber. All around, a really lightweight, comfortable, protective shoe. Obviously, it's not gonna be as protective as a full-on like race boot, but for something that you can throw on and wear throughout the day, whether you're going to work, going to some sort of event, or actually going out just for riding, this covers all your bases. And last but not least, the helmet that I'm currently wearing is the Ruroc Atlas 2.0. This is the Mercury colorway, which has a really awesome like brushed metal look to it. Now I do have the original 1.0 version of the Atlas. Ruroc came on as a sponsor of the channel this year. They sent me out their Atlas 2.0. I've been really loving this helmet. Now, this is actually a really good summer helmet. Out of all the helmets that I've tried in the past, this one has the most airflow that I've ever had. Now the disadvantage of that is that it does add more wind noise, but especially for a summer helmet, having airflow is, you know, crucial. The 2.0 version is really nice. The padding is a lot more comfortable than it was on the original one. They ship out with both a clear visor and a smoke visor, so you don't have to buy something extra. Of course, Ruroc also has the expansion area for their Shockwave Bluetooth system, so you don't have to add something on the side if you don't want to do that. They got their Fidlock strap system, which makes it really easy to strap your helmet, even with your gloves on, just like that. And they look pretty freaking awesome. If you're interested, I actually got a discount code if you want to check that out down in the description. It'll get you 10% off of any non-special edition colorways of their helmets. But yeah, this is my go-to right now. All the videos that you see on my channel, all the motovlogging, that's in this helmet right now. And that's it. That's my favorite summer riding gear this year. Again, all of the links for those products are down in the description. I get a little bit of a cut on all of those purchases. Really helps out the channel, and it's no extra cost for you. If there's enough interest in this video, I'll definitely make it a recurring series, coming out with every season of riding, new products, things like that. Huge thanks to Revzilla for working with me on this project, finding my favorite gear this year. And if there's any suggestions on gear that you guys have, be sure to leave them down in the comments, along with any sort of questions that you have about the gear that I showed, or any requests for future gear videos. If you want to get any merch to go along with your new gear, you can get it at motonosity.com/shop. Link is down in the description. Otherwise, you guys have been awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life started with horsepower. Keep life lived, and I'll see you guys in the next one.